Good morning, folks. Appreciate y'all joining us this morning. There's people joined all over the United States following the efforts here that we're trying to provide help into the western North Carolina mountains. We've had a tremendous response. We appreciate everyone that's following and keeping up with what's going on. We appreciate the donations. People's been driving in from Maryland and Virginia, and articles sent in from Florida. The turnout of donations have been tremendous, and we'd like to say our sincere thanks to all these donations that are coming in. And then we've had a lot of monetary donations come in via the QR code. Some checks and stuff also coming in to the Midway Wesleyan Church as well. But yesterday I talked to you about on the prior video about sponsor a family. If you want to look that video up, if this is the first time you're tuning in and you want to follow what's going on, we have several videos that starts back on the hurricane, and you can watch each one of those videos and get up to date on what's going on. But yesterday I told you in the sponsor a family video that we were in the process of vetting families and things, and also for vetting children and things for the Project Santa. And I told you I hope to have the information on Project Santa yesterday, and I got that information last night, and I wanted to go ahead and share that information because I've had many of you send in comments and things that was wishing to donate to Project Santa. And you remember I told you that Midway Wesleyan was only spearheading this operation because it was centrally located, had a large storage facility, and many churches are involved in this effort. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about Project Santa. You can Google this whenever you get through watching this video. I'm also going to place a link in the description of this video so you can see what Project Santa has been doing over the last 70 years. The man that is in charge of Project Santa is in his 90s, and his family has been taking care of these underprivileged children for more than 70 years. And it all started with a $25 bonus that he got from his work and donated it to buy some toys for a girl in the community that didn't have anything. So like I said, in the description you're going to see what this is. For anyone wanting to donate to Project Santa, I'm going to go ahead and give you the address. It's P.O. Box 175, Denton, D-E-N-T-O-N, North Carolina 27239. That is the P.O. Box. Once again, P.O. Box 175, P.O. Box 175, Denton, North Carolina 27239. That's P.O. Box 175, Denton, North Carolina 27239. Now the physical address for Project Santa is 383 West Salisbury Street. And when you look that up, you're going to see the First Baptist Church of Denton. So there's another church you've discovered that's involved in this effort, and what this is going for. The Project Santa is going to be taking and providing gifts for these children in the mountains who've pretty much, they've lost everything. The families right now are struggling to put shelter and food in the family's mouth, and they're at their wits' end. And Project Santa has volunteered to take on these children, and we're going to have a complete list of all these children here shortly. We're trying to locate these families. A lot of them, the houses are gone, and we don't know where they're at. Some of them, the children have shown up at school, but we don't have a new address for them yet, and so forth. But we're in the process of locating these families. We're also vetting the families And you're probably wondering why we're doing that, and that's because the families that we're trying to help are the ones that do not qualify for any kind of federal assistance. If they're getting federal assistance, they're already qualified like everywhere else. Their names are going to be placed on Christmas trees and malls and things like that. And these kids that we're going to be helping through Project Santa, they don't qualify for any kind of federal program and so forth. So we don't want people that's already qualified through the federal program to be getting this, because most of the time in the past 70 years, after talking with the people that are involved in Project Santa, what happens is they take that part of the stuff and they wind up selling it, and it's called double dipping, and we're not going to have that with this this program here that Project Santa has most graciously accepted to take on. But you know, their pockets are only so deep, and they can't help everybody. But with the help of people out in the social media world that sees what's going on, that wish to donate, you can do so. If you want to mail a check directly to First Baptist Church in Denton, that address is 383 West Salisbury Street, Denton, North Carolina, 27239. And like I said, I'm going to provide a link in the description of this, showing some things. They've had a lot of news stations write articles and have stuff on the TV and things about Project Santa, and that way you will feel more comfortable than listening to somebody on YouTube tell you about it, and that way you'll know this is a legit thing that we're trying to do and help all these families up in the mountains. Now today, about 1:30, we're expecting a donation come in from Virginia. We've got one coming from Charlotte, and we've got one coming from High Point today, all around 1:30. Yesterday we had two big donations come in, and we're in the process of sorting all this stuff out. And like I said yesterday in yesterday's video, the one's titled Western North Carolina Sponsor a Family, we're taking donations for new and gently used winter clothing. Also, that's going to encompass jackets, coats, hoodies, sweatshirts, warm-up pants, things like that for clothing. And then they're needing new underwear and new socks. Now, all of the winter clothing, new underwear, new socks needs to be for all sizes, men, women, and children. We're also still concentrating on the baby items, diapers, formula, bottles, wipes, that sort of thing. As I stated in yesterday's video, we are in the recovery stage now. There are still families out there that they're still trying to reach back up in the hills, and the ones they have reached, they know where they're at now, and the only way to get to them is ATV and so forth, and they're trying to continually supply food into those areas for those people, so that being they can't get out. Some of them are elderly, and they don't have an ATV or a horse to come out on, so they're having to continually go in and continue to provide food and water for these folks until they can get some power back on and get the roads repaired, which is going to take a long time, folks. There was a total of 850 bridges got to be surveyed in the state, and also the roads that leads to those bridges, and those bridges are suspected to be damaged. If the bridge is not damaged and standing, then they've got to figure out if the road is roadworthy anymore. Most of the roads and stuff have been washed out, especially in the lower parts leading up to those I call them desolate areas back up into the mountains. A lot of those are old gravel roads as well, and a lot of those roads are going to have to be re-graveled and scraped where they were washed out. But like I said, we're going to be leaving on November the 2nd. around 5 a.m. to go back up to the mountains to carry this big load that we've got. It's a big load, folks. I'm hoping today to be able to video some of the stuff that we've collected and be able to show you this. That way you'll see what a lot of your donations and things have gone for. And some of you sent money in, and the ladies of the church, the Ladies Missionary Society, has been going out and purchasing the goods, a lot of goods that they're needing. They're also needing, I'm going to add on to the list here of what I've just told you. They're needing these little buddy heaters, the little green propane tanks. For those that are on a does have a generator at their house, they're needing space heaters to help heat certain rooms of the house. They're using the blankets to hang over the door casings to keep the draft out, hold the heat in at night while they're in the room, and using those blankets to also cover up. Now, many is also in tents, folks. They're living in a tent on their property, and they're in need of tarps. The tarps are used as windbreaks. They're also used to cover the tops of the tents to keep them from getting wet and the moisture coming in on the top. They're also used under the tent to keep the moisture from coming up through the underneath the tent, and so forth. So tarps are very important for them, and also the space heaters. Those are the folks that are also needing sleeping bags, and we've collected a lot of sleeping bags to take up as well. Keep in mind, folks, this is not a sprint. This is going to be a marathon. This is going to go on for quite some time. The area that we're primarily targeting is the west side of Asheville. Now, if you've been watching the news, that's about all you hear is about Asheville. We're hitting the areas of Weaverville, Burnsville, Swannanoa, Bat Cave, Chimney Rock, Lake Lure, and other smaller communities where no help has shown up except for the church. Right now, Tim told me that the storehouse is full thanks to the churches, and they're in the process of continuing to feed people. If you've watched any previous videos, I gave you a huge rundown of what all's taken place and who they've sent food to and how many loads and so forth. But the target now is winter clothing. And when we go up, we're going to be going to Flat Rock, and then we'll probably go on up to Canton again and get clothing and stuff up to Canton, where they had 27 feet of water in the town and pretty much lost everything. Also, 5-gallon buckets are important. We had a company donate they had a marketing campaign. Whoever came up with it was very smart in this thought, and they called them flood buckets. And they challenged each one of their employees to fill a bucket. Well, in that bucket, it had bleach and washing soap and shampoo and things to wash, body wash, work gloves and things like that. And those buckets, folks, can also be used to carry spring water. If you're familiar with the mountains, you know a lot of times there'll be water coming out of a rock or something. Well, they can place these buckets under that rock and catch the spring water, and they can use that to boil and everything, and use it as drinking water if they have to. And if their house is still standing, they can take that water also and use it to flush the toilets and things like that. But we're tickled to death that so many churches have stepped up and provided, and without that, there's no telling what these people, especially these areas where there's no concentration of any big agency or anything stepping up to help, because the area is so big and the need is so big. A lot of these people may have died, folks, if it hadn't been for the church coming in and bringing all the supplies that they did, because this encompasses basically the entire western part of North Carolina. I appreciate y'all joining us this morning. We thank you for all the donations. And like I said, I'm going to attach that information for Project Santa for anyone who wants to donate to Project Santa. That way you can verify it and everything, and you'll feel good about doing that to help these children. And these children are school-age children, by the way. And but the First Baptist Church of Denton, 383 West Salisbury Street, Denton, North Carolina, 27239, is the physical location of Project Santa. If you wish to mail a check, you can mail it to that. Make sure if you mail it directly to the church, you mark it in the memo on your check, Project Santa. They're going to know what it's going for. Just put Project Santa. If you want to put hurricane relief on there, that'll help them to also understand what's going on. Also, if you want to donate directly to Project Santa, it's P.O. Box 175, Denton, North Carolina, 27239, and just mark it in the memo that it's for the hurricane, because they're going to take on about 40 kids, and that way they'll know that your contribution is directly going to Western North Carolina, because they primarily serve Davidson County, some parts of Rowan and Randolph County in their project. Each and every year that they've been doing this for over 70 years now. So if you mark that for Western North Carolina or hurricane relief, something on that check to designate Western North Carolina, they'll know that it's to help those 40 kids that they're going to try to help from Project Santa in Davidson County, North Carolina. I hope y'all have a blessed day. Stay tuned for more updates as we try to keep you up to date on what's going on. Y'all have a blessed day.